Hi, my name is Dell, and welcome to Comic Snags. Okay, this week I've got a stack of comic books that I bought for $1, except for the last one. The last one I actually paid a little bit more. My daughter, she had this sort of app, and it's called something called Depop. Never heard of Depop before, but she says it's kind of like eBay but for youngers. And so I just asked her if there was any comic books in it, and she said yes. So she showed me some comic books. So I bought a comic book, and I wanted to see if it was any cheaper than getting on eBay or whatnot. So I decided to go ahead and I bought it, and it arrived yesterday, and I opened it up, but so it's not going to be an unboxing. I'm just going to do is show a reveal of it. All right. So the first comic book that I got, or comic books that I got, before I show you the one I got from Depop, I bought for $1 from a comic vendor at the Swap Meet. All right. So this is the Theater of the Bizarre featuring the Goon. This is number 1. I thought he's got a great cover. This Zombo character, he kind of looks like the Terrifier, so I picked it up. And then this vendor also had a bunch of the Mighty Thor Jane Foster runs. And so this is number 11. I found this one, Tarzan versus Predator, number 1. And I think this is great. I love crossovers between companies and stuff like that. And so this is Tarzan and Predator. I thought that was kind of cool. And then we have Guardians of the Galaxy number 1. I picked it up. And then this is interesting. I didn't hear this one before. This is the original X-Men number 1. This is them all together. Kind of like when X Factor all got together in the first one. I think this might be the same idea. And then we have the Uncanny X-Men number 538. This is late in the run of the original volume 1. And then another Jane Foster Thor. This is the Mighty Thor number 18 by Jason Aaron. The Mighty Thor number 702. The Mighty Thor number 17. The Mighty Thor number 9. And this is fun. This is cover number 1 by Brian Michael Bendis and David Mack. Recently, I think sometime last year around, let me see, Halloween maybe, or November, somewhere around there. I had my copy of cover 1 signed by Brian Michael Bendis and David Mack at the Revenge Up comic block signing, and I thought it was awesome. So I'm actually happy I found this one for $1 again. And then this is another comic book by Brian Michael Bendis, and this is Pearl number 1. Both of them have talked about being optioned and stuff like that, but you know, I'm glad I still picked it up for $1. This is the Mighty Thor number 12, and this is a minor key for sure. I know this is the origin of, I'm gonna butcher the name like I butcher all names, Mjolnir. Yeah, okay. And then this one is X-Men. God Loves, Man Kills. This was originally a graphic novel. I've always wanted that graphic novel, or I've always wanted it back, because I used to have that graphic novel as a kid, and I actually loved it. And so this is the comic book version. I'm probably trying to go look for number 1 in the cheap bins. Hopefully I find it so I could actually read it again. And then we have King Thor number 3, featuring the God Butcher here, Gore. And I found these. These are a couple comic books based off Animaniacs. This is Animaniacs, which I loved as a kid. Number 57 and number 59. I thought this was awesome. And then we have the Thor number 1 by Jason Aaron. Then we have another Mighty Thor book, number 13. Then we have Dexter's Laboratory, number 25. I think I had bought this already, and I just grabbed all these sort of Cartoon Network comic books when I saw them, so I just grabbed another one. And then there's another Dexter's Laboratory. This is number 26. And then this is Flintstones, number 21, or the Flintstones and the Jetsons, number 21. I thought that was kind of cool, so I picked it up. Some sort of flip comic book. I guess they, like, changed places in this book. And then this is the Mighty Thor number 9. Huh. I think I just picked this up right now. Did I buy 2 of them? Yeah. So I bought 2 of them, so that's okay. It was only worth $1. I only paid $1 for it, so I just have a second copy. So we have Extraordinary X-Men number 1. I thought that was cool. I don't have this in my collection yet. The Uncanny X-Men number 534.1. Like I said, later on the run, which I don't have. It says Star-Lord number 1. Didn't even know he had this. They had this one. This is by Chip Zdarsky. This is Uncanny X-Men number 537. And this is the Mighty Thor number 14. So I think that's kind of cool. Did I pick this one up too? It looks so familiar. Did we just run through that one? Huh. Maybe we didn't. But anyway, it's in my collection now if I didn't have it earlier. Then this is Silver Age number 1. This is a Brian Bolland cover. I thought this was kind of fun. Then we have Count Crowley number 1. So when I was at that signing for Brian Michael Bendis and David Mack, David Dastmalchian was also there, and a lot of people had this one by him to sign. So when I saw it in the cheap bins for $1, I decided to pick it up. I was really excited. My daughter is actually a big fan of David Dastmalchian when we met him, and so when I showed her this, she was so happy. She was also surprised. It's like, oh, that's a comic book from that guy. And I was like, yeah. So now we have a copy of this, and we ever see him in the signing again, he's gonna sign it. And then this is Darth Vader number 10. And this was pretty fun. I found this one. This is Rogue One, the Star Wars story, number 3. I had picked up one a while back at, I believe, at an antique store. Now I have number 3 for $1. Now I have to look for number 2 as well to get the full adaptation of it. Then we have X-Men Gold number 30, and this looks like it's going to be a wedding between Kid of Pride and Colossus, but it is not. This is a minor cue. This is the wedding of Rogue and Gambit. Another Dexter's Laboratory comic book, number 16. Dexter's Laboratory, number 15. All these fun covers. This is Galaxy Quest number 1 by Scott Lobdell. This is the first appearance of the Galaxy Quest in comic books. X-Men Gold, number 36. Then we have another Mighty Thor, number 15. And Mighty Thor number 16. Alright, and that's the end of the comic books I got for $1. And then I picked this one up. See, this is the reason I picked it up, because it actually wasn't packaged very well. It was just in one of these sort of photo envelopes. And this had the cardboard on there, which is fine. But man, this is so bendy. I've never received a comic book on eBay wrapped like this before. So you know, I was kind of worried about the book itself, so I opened it up and I pulled it out, and then you know what, I kind of felt up the spine. There is a little bit of a knot right in the middle. It kind of looked like kind of like a newsstand type of deal, but it wasn't. But this is the final comic book I bought. I bought this for $8, but with the tax and the shipping, it came out to, or I don't know if there was tax, but the full total came out to about $14. This is DV8 Ride number 1, and this is a Dave Stevens cover. So I compared it to like eBay sales or what someone's selling on eBay, and it was just a little bit cheaper. So you know, I'm glad I picked it up. It was still a pretty good snag. I always wanted this cover. To me, this seemed like one of the hardest ones to find. And originally he had it for 10, then you know, you could bargain, and I sent 8 and it got accepted right away. Then with like $5 shipping and handling, which is basically that thing, that little envelope, photo envelope, it came out to about 14 something and some change. So yeah, that was the last snag of the day. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.